This next IXL should be pretty simple as long as you're paying attention to the work that you're doing. When you add and subtract polynomials, they're basically just combining like terms problems. In example number 1, I'm going to write down, we're going to add 8f plus 4 and 6f plus 7. They're written with parentheses around them, so a lot of people ask about distributing. There's nothing in front of here to distribute. There's nothing in front of here to distribute except a 1. If you distribute a positive 1, you times 1. Does it change anything? No, not really. They're pretty much exactly the same. So if you're doing all of this work beautifully by hand, you would just rewrite the problem without the parentheses because they don't really matter. And then you just combine like terms. 8f goes with 6f, and 4 goes with 7. 8 plus 6 is 14, and 4 plus 7 is 11. And that's the whole answer. I'm going to write a note for you over here to the side. When adding, just drop the parentheses and combine like terms. And that is that whole problem. Let's do one with subtracting. This problem has 7x squared plus 3x plus 6 minus 3x plus 6. This one is going to have an extra step to think about, because if I write a 1 in here and you think about distributing that -1, that is going to change it. -1 times 3 turns that into a -3. -1 times 6 turns that into a -6. So when you rewrite it this time, yes, you're still going to drop down that first set because there's nothing in front of that one. But the signs in the second polynomial are going to change. That's going to become minus 3x and minus 6. But then you can combine like terms. 7x squared doesn't have any friends. 3x goes with minus 3x. And 6 goes with -6. So 7x squared is just going to drop down. 3x minus 3x cancels out, and 6 minus 6 cancels out. So actually, this is the whole answer in this problem. When subtracting, distribute the negative then combine like terms. Let's see if we can get 2 more examples in. You can try the video if you want to at this point. I'm not going to show, try the IXL, I'm sorry. I'm not going to show you anything new at this point. I just want to do a couple more examples to make sure that you're good to go. 6s squared plus 6s plus 8 plus 7s squared plus 9s. This problem is adding. When you're adding, you just drop the parentheses and combine like terms. So I'm just going to rewrite the problem without them. Plus 7s squared plus 9s. S squared goes with s squared. 6s goes with 9s. And then 8 is all by its lonesome. So you do 6 plus 7 is 13. And 6s plus 9s is 15s. And then plus 8 at the end there. And that's it for that problem. Let's do one more subtracting one. This one looks scary, but I promise it's not really. You just have to think about your steps. Negative p squared minus 5p minus negative 4p to the fourth minus 2p to the third minus 2p squared plus 2p. This one has subtracting in the middle. When you're subtracting, you distribute the negative, then combine like terms. So this is like a -1 right here. That needs distributed to everything in the parentheses. I'm going to drop down that first set. Negative p squared minus 5p. -1 times -4 is going to turn that into plus 4p to the fourth. -1 times -2 is going to make that plus 2p to the third. -1 times -2 plus 2p squared. -1 times +2, -2p. And then you need to sort all that out. P squared goes with p squared. Minus 5p goes with minus 2p. Then these guys are going to be all by themselves. They don't have any friends. So I'm going to write those down. 4p to the fourth will drop down. 2p to the third will drop down. Taking care of those. Negative p squared goes with plus 2p squared, which gives us plus 1p squared. And then 2 terms left. -5 minus 2, -7p. And that is the answer for this problem. Go ahead and try that IXL. Please let me know if you need me.